Hola from the west side. It is me, DCThePurpleDiva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Sunday night. And for those of you who have a 3-day weekend, I know y'all are enjoying this Sunday night. Hey DJ Turdy, how are you? It's been a good Sunday for me. It has been a good weekend as well. So what I want to say at the very, very beginning of my live stream is that I did drop another vlog today. It was a Black History Spotlight on the poet Phyllis Wheatley. And I would like, people to go out and check that out because she is very important in Black American history, and she's not that well known. A lot of people don't know who she is. So I put out a quick little video out there today, just talking about Miss Phyllis Wheatley, who was actually a poet in the 1700s, so during the 18th century, prior to the 19th century. So I hope people go out, take a look at that. So I'm putting it in my live stream, plugging it here. I'm also going to be plugging it on my Facebook page for Chronicles of an RT Autism Mom, and on my Instagram, and on my Twitter. So hopefully you guys will take a look at that. I'm probably going to do another one soon, highlighting someone else who's lesser known, doing this Black History Month. So look out for that one. I may do it later this week. I'm not sure. It just depends on how things go this week. But coming on here tonight, because tomorrow's a holiday for a lot of us here in the United States, I noticed that there are a lot of people on tonight that normally wouldn't be on tonight. But that's okay. We're going to do what we normally do and just get in here and do our thing. Now, I have to say that today was our Black History Day as far as dressing in African attire at church. And I did that. At the end of the show, I'll show you guys a little bit. But, right now, we're just going to get into it. So, I've been, watching actually a lot of good things on YouTube, and I think that I'm going to be doing some different types of videos. I did a test of that today with my upload today as a voiceover, with just pictures in it, and I think I'm going to do that on some other things because I think it will make it easier for me to get out a video to you sometimes when I just cannot just sit in front of the camera, but I can take 5 minutes to get on there and do some stuff. Hey, good morning. I can do a voiceover on some topics that I really wanted to talk about. So I think that I'm going to do that on a couple of my upcoming videos now that I've figured out how to do it, because I'm a music person. I'm not really a video person, but I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning how to do all the stuff, voiceover, special effects, whatever it is I need to do to add flavor to my uploads. So, as I get better. I'm sure that my voiceovers will be better. But I think the one today was okay um, for like a 7 to 8 minute video. But I hope everyone else had a wonderful Sunday. And if you are someone who goes to a house of worship, I hope that you had a wonderful message in your house of worship. Today we had a pretty good one. We really are focusing on not putting new wine in old wine skins. And I think that is an extremely good, you know, how do you say, word picture of how people, when they have made changes in their lives, they still try to continue with other behaviors that are not part of that new lifestyle. So that's like, for example, a lot of us at the beginning of the year, we all talk about how we're going to exercise more. We're going to exercise more. Well, if you're going to exercise more, then what you want to do is you want to also not put junk and stuff into that temple that is your body. And if you are exercising, but you're still putting, garbage in your body, then you are basically putting new wine into old wineskins, expecting to get the results of it being a new situation. But that's not going to happen with old habits in there. It's like in the time when they used wineskins, you could never use the same wineskin over, because once you've put the wine into the skins, it starts to ferment, and then the skin starts to break apart. So that's kind of like if you're trying to put all of this working out, but you're not changing your eating habits, then you're still going to have a breakdown, because you won't have the same result as if everything was new. Hey, Tatted Hearts. How are you? So that was the thing that my pastor talks about in their message today, was really about putting old wine into new wineskins, And I take it as when you make changes in your lifestyle, but you carry on bad habits from the past and expect those to be able to go congruently with the changes that you've made. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But, that's a message that even though it was in church, it's kind of like, when you're talking about putting new wine into old wineskins, that's something that you can use in life for lessons, I think. Oh, you're off the whole week. Good for you. Good for you, Tatted Heart. Well, I'm only off tomorrow, and I'm really not off because I'm going to work a little bit tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm off, but I'm not off. If that makes any sense. Because I'm going to do some work so that I'm not buried on Tuesday when our underwriting staff is back in at my job. So, yeah. But I'm glad you've got some time off. Are you going to rest or are you going to play? Yeah, that's true. So that means we'll see some videos, right? Right. Means we'll see a video. I hope that means we'll see a video, because then you don't have an excuse. Maybe. Hi, Chrysla. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. I'm not really talking about anything in particular. Oh, I have something in the oven, guys. I'm coming right back. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I know.
Oh, train wreck. Wait now.
I'm not. Just stop it. I'm coming back, guys. Gotta take what I have in the oven out, though. You guys, I'm baking. Oh, my live stream is on. Now it's done. But it has to cool off. And it's for me. And only me. Everybody else in the house is eating something. You've been working on videos? Good. I'm glad. Well, I hadn't uploaded a video in like a week. And then the last video I uploaded was thanking people, for the milestone that I had gotten to. But the video that I uploaded today was a Black History video on a poet from the 1700s. Hey, Terry. Yeah, so I did. This poet, her name was Phyllis Wheatley. And I actually have known about her since I was a kid. Probably because I was into poetry, really, really young. But I did a Black History Month spotlight on her today. It's just like a 7-minute video, just that kind of talks about her and her life. How you doing, Terry? So, I felt like I just didn't know how I was going to do it because until today, I hadn't figured out how to do voiceover. Once I figured out how to do the voiceover, I was able to finish the video and upload it. Now, I have some other videos that I can possibly upload because now I know how to do voiceovers, so I can figure out how I can do that on some other videos. Oh yeah, when summer break comes, you're just gonna go crazy. It was not. I don't usually come on Sundays and do networking, but I was on earlier today, and one of my friends that I knew was close to monetization got monetized today on a Sunday. And so he had his first live stream where people could super chat him, and he was just like so overwhelmed because he usually, before he got monetized, he only would have like, maybe 5, 10, maybe 15 at the most. He had like 40, 50 people in his live chat, and he was getting all these super chats. And it was really, really nice to see that because he's a really, really nice channel. And I like his videos. He does videos on travel. His name is Tommy Travel. So if you guys are looking for growth streams, where people are networking a lot, he does those. And you can tell him that DC the Purple Diva sent you. Hey, Matt. So has anybody been watching the stuff on the All-Star weekend. You guys watch the All-Star game or Slam Dunk, any of that? Did you guys see it hit the news that they because you guys know we don't have cable over here, so I haven't seen it, but I did see highlights of it. But I did hear that they named the Slam Dunk award after Kobe. It's now the Kobe Bryant. I think that's so cool. Yeah, they named the Slam Dunk Award after Kobe. I heard that on the news, I think today. You know, because anything about Kobe is going to be hit the news in LA. You know, I mean they've started the process to get the tickets to the Celebration of Life through Ticketmaster. People have to be Ticketmaster verified. I already told you guys I'm not going anywhere near the Staples Center. It's going to be on TV. I'm going to watch it on TV. I'll watch it, you know, and I love Kobe, but it's just going to be so crazy down there. So I'm just not going to go. Oh, you don't care for the All-Star weekend? Yeah, but you know, it's fun to see some of the players show off and stuff. Especially the Slam Dunk. I did, you know, see some of the highlights of that. Even though I don't necessarily agree with how they did the scoring, you know, because that's kind of controversial. But the game today was pretty good. My guy was watching it. He seemed to be enjoying it, so I think it was good. But I like the last All-Star weekend that was here in LA was crazy. It was crazy because it gets crazy here. I can't even imagine how it's going to be when they do have one here again. Now that Kobe's gone. Yeah. This city is, you know, the LA and the surrounding area is, you know, I mean, it's been less than a month, you guys, even though people like to try to make it's been a month. It's been less than a month that since Kobe died and the other people, and they're having a huge celebration of life. And it's not just going to be, you know, they're not going to just be celebrating Kobe, but they're also going to celebrate everyone that was killed in the crash. Your 90s era fan? Yeah, they had some crazy games back in the 90s. The slam dunk contests back then were crazy too. Shoot, I remember some of my friends came out to LA in the 90s when there was an All-Star weekend. This was during my days of after I was no longer married. And I was hanging out with some of my girlfriends downtown, or rather around town, shall we say. Because, you know, in the 90s, downtown wasn't like it is now. You know what I mean? Everything was, it's taken a while for it to get to be like that. So back then, when they would have stuff here in LA, it was like all over. And they were still doing stuff for, like the players and stuff at the Forum Club back then. So, yeah. And I don't know. They're trying to get the Clippers to Inglewood. We'll see how that goes because they want to get the Clippers from downtown. Inglewood has been wooing them. Yeah, downtown was like not like it is now. I mean, downtown LA. Let me just say, when I first came to Los Angeles, y'all, nobody was going into downtown LA. Okay. And then in the 90s, that's when they started to try to build up some stuff. So it got a little bit better. But to be really honest, it wasn't until about 2000. The last 20 years is when they've really built up downtown Los Angeles. Now if they could only do something about the homelessness in downtown Los Angeles, they can do something about that. They could do something about the homelessness in the state of California. I mean, yeah. And 45 keeps putting California on blast about that, and the governor on blast about that, and the mayor of the city of LA on blast about that. Yeah. I mean, it's better, but it's not. If that makes any sense to you guys. As far as homelessness in LA, it's like it's better, but it's not. It's like, yeah, more people are off the streets, but the number of people who are becoming homeless keeps going up. Yeah, so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're doing the thing. My understanding is that although it is primarily the public ceremony for Kobe and Gigi, because the family is going to have a private ceremony. It's also the public ceremony for everyone. So that's my understanding. But it's, but I know that with some of the other people, they've had private ceremonies or they've had other things, but this is the one that's going to be supposedly for everyone. But all of the proceeds for the ticket sales are going to the Mamba and Mambacita Foundation to help kids, in sports. So I don't know. I will investigate some more so I can get clearer. But I am hearing that it's supposed to be for everybody. But then with all of the proceeds going to Kobe's foundations, that doesn't sound right. So let me do some more research, and I will come back with more information. Yeah, the gap between the rich and the poor has gotten wider. But the thing is in California, the problem here is that what people make is not keeping up with what housing is being priced at. That's the major issue. Is that the housing prices are in a fairy tale land. and only, you know, it takes most people like most of their salaries just to pay their housing, which is insane. And this, I'm speaking of people who are renting. You know, hopefully people who have bought, it's not that way. It should not be that way if you're paying a mortgage. I think everyone is still really, really in shock about Kobe too. You know, I think there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time because, you know, our city is just really reeling from the death of Nipsey Hussle. And then you have Kobe. And see, Nipsey probably hit the millennials really, really hard. But the Kobe death on top of that, and then with his daughter, I think that's really, it's the kids that were killed in this particular situation. This is what is really hitting people so, so hard. And that it was completely unexpected. It was not something anybody was expecting to happen. Yeah, Shaq. I still don't think he's going to be, it's going to be a minute before he can even really talk about the situation because, you know, he and Kobe were very close. Michael Jordan can't talk about it. He and Kobe were very close. You know, Kobe had close relationships with some football players. You know, he's one of those athletes that was an athlete's athlete, you know? And I think that's why it's hitting so many, you know, it's hitting the sports world so profoundly. You know, I really just think that that's what it is. Because, you know, you've got every, you know, sport is that's, you know, doing something at this particular time is making sure that, you know, Kobe is remembered. Even the new XFL, even the new football league that has just come into play. What do you guys think about that new football league? I'm so far so good on it. You know, I want to see. I'm going to at least give it a shot. You know, and maybe that's because both my hometown and the town I live in have a team. You know, and they're playing football just a little bit different than the NFL. And I think that it might lead to higher scoring games. Yeah, they play on Saturdays and Sundays. They started right after the Super Bowl. LA has a team, I think they're called the Defenders. And my hometown, Washington, D.C. has a team, but I can't remember what they're called. But they have teams in a lot of the same cities that NFL has teams, but they also have teams in some cities that there is not an NFL team. You know, and it's real football. You know, it's just they just have like it's just certain things in the game that are a little different. Like, you know, with the Canadian Football League, they have some certain things that are different. Same thing with the XFL, but it's still the 100-yard field, and the calls, most of the football calls are still the same. The kickoff is what's different, and then the extra points are different. But other than that, it appears to be the same thing to me. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be the same. But I think everybody's learning it, including the refs. Rick Fox. Yeah, because I think Rick was supposedly. I think that Rick was supposed to be on that helicopter trip, and wasn't for whatever reason. You know, and I. Speaking of Rick Fox, I like Rick Fox, but he lost points with me. You know, when he cheated on Vanessa Williams. Both of her husbands cheated on her. Even the one, the one who rescued her back when that scandal happened back in the 80s. I think his last name was Hervey. Yeah. Even he cheated on her. And then Rick Fox cheated on her. And I'm in my head, I'm like, why do you cheat on a woman like that? But hey, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. People are shaking their head at that too. Rick Fox is a weirdo. What do you mean by that, Matt? How do you think he's a weirdo? She's very, very pretty. She is. And although she may be a fair-skinned black woman, her features are blacker than my features. With the exception of her blue eyes. But definitely she has a more, our noses might be similar. Yeah, big nose Jay-Z ought to be hurt for that. I don't even understand that. Because here's the thing. We know that Beyonce had options. And he only had options because he was Jay-Z. And I mean, okay, here's my thing. Okay, I'm not gonna dog the man, say he's ugly or anything. He's not ugly. He's just ordinary looking. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not like ugly. He's not handsome, but he is very charismatic. And I think that's what attracts people to him. I'm looking. See, what did you say about Rick Fox? He reminds you of a Duke players back in the day. Oh, corn. Oh, you think he's a cornball? Yeah, well, it could be that too. Um, because you know, I understand that he, when he was with Vanessa Williams, she had moved to the East Coast. She was doing stuff on the East Coast. He was out here and everything. But then I think when she did Ugly Betty, she was back in California. And then he was on the East Coast. It was they had this like long distance marriage. How do you do that? How do you do marriages when you're not in the same city? You know, that's difficult. I think Beyonce is a very, very pretty girl. I think she looks a lot like her mama. And I think that she works hard so that she will not gain the kind of weight that her mom gained as she got older. But on her side, Beyonce is taller than her mother. So, you know, she's got you know what I'm saying? She'll have to gain more weight because Beyonce is like 5'7", and I think her mom is like 5.5 feet. Her mother's a little shorter than her, and believe me, that makes a difference in a woman because like I'll just say like me and my sister. Like my sister is closer to my mom's height. And my sister has some of the same issues that my mom had. Whereas I'm like almost 4 inches taller than my mom was. So I don't have those same issues, but I have other issues. Like I have to always make sure that the thyroid is doing everything that it's supposed to be doing, and it's not doing stuff that it's not hyperactive or anything, because I still have a very, very high metabolism at the age that I'm at, so, but I don't have to work out as much. It's easier for me than it is for my sister, and I'm a lot older than her, but it's just because we have different body types. Kelly is very pretty, and I think that, people, I think that a lot of stuff, people, when they were in the group, she was the brown girl, but she can sing just as well as Beyonce, but because she was the brown girl, because trust me, they have the little colorism stuff in the music industry.
Yeah.
They do. They have that colorism thing, but everything Kelly put out, I bought. I'm just telling you. And I'm going to tell you, too, that I like Solange's music when she first came out. Now, some of her stuff now is a little weird, but she still has some really good stuff. She's different from her sister. But she has good music. Because I remember I saw Solange early in her career, and she opened for Raheem DeVaughn. Okay. And she did a really good job. I think she's definitely distinguished herself from her sister. And she definitely has a different fan base. Yeah. Look at her early work, look at some of the stuff that she's done recently, and you can see the maturation in her music. Yeah, I heard her and that guy she was with split up. I didn't understand her getting with that old dude though. I mean, he's not old to me, but he was old for her. So I didn't understand that. It was a big age difference. Yeah, Naturi. Yeah, they kind of did her wrong in that little group, Three Little Women. I remember that group. I remember, and I remember when she was in it. She was in it with and I don't even think the other two chicks are even in the business anymore. I don't even think either one of them are in the business anymore. Well, it was her and Adrian, and then that other chick. Because see, Adrian Bailon was in two different groups, you guys. Adrian Bailon was in Three Little Women, and then she was also in the Cheetah Girls. People forget that she was in both of those groups. Yeah. And the Naturi said, it was kind of nasty. But I remember her in that group. Yeah. And now here's the thing. Adrian can sing. Because y'all know she was on what? The last season of The Masked Singer. Not the current one, but the one that was on last time. And she was the flamingo. And I think she came in third. So she placed as high as Gladys Knight had placed in season 1. But she can really sing. But I figured out it was her. But yeah, she did a movie called called Church Girl. Was it Church Girl or was it Preacher's Son? She did one of them. She did one of those movies because LaToya did one of those movies, and then Adrian Bailon did one. And I saw both of them, and I'm mixing the two movies up. But yeah, she did do that movie because that's when she met Israel. But she was in a relationship and he was still married. She has a YouTube channel too. Adrian Bailon has a YouTube channel because I subscribe to her YouTube channel. And she's on there. She brings Israel on her YouTube channel with her. I like Adrian. I think that Rob Kardashian did her wrong. And that's why she would not take him back. He cheated. And I think she really, really cared about him, but that was her deal breaker. That's a lot of people's deal breaker,
You put your pajamas on.
Yeah, she's under 5 feet. I know that. I have a cousin that's really short. One of my cousins is like 4'10". But she says she's 5 feet. And I tell her, I'll give you 4'11", but I'm not going to give you 5 feet. Yeah, Terry, her husband is a gospel singer. His name is Israel Houghton, and he has a group called New Breed. Yeah, he is black and I want to say Mexican. He's black and Hispanic. You know, but he considers himself black. But he's both. One of his parents is not black. Yeah. Yeah, he's a gospel singer. He's like a gospel singer, like like Kirk Franklin, but he does more of the praise worship, but he has one of those young choirs like Kirk Franklin. Yeah. He's like but unlike Kirk Franklin, he can sing. He can sing. So yeah, that's the difference. Yeah, he's done some videos with her, but yeah, he's very well known in the black gospel world. Yeah, something like that. Something like that, Matt. Yeah. Yeah, it's something like that, like Dominican or something. But his daddy is black. So and I mean you can tell he's mixed with something else because he has the the curly fine hair and stuff, but he considers himself a black man. Is all I'm saying. And his first wife was black. So, hey Jessica, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. But yeah, Adrienne Bailon has her own channel. But I remember that Notori talked about the situation with Three Little Women and how it did not end very well for her, and that they made it about her skin color, which is very unfortunate because she's the best singer out of the group. I mean, Adrienne can sing, but Natari is a better singer, in my opinion. My opinion, though, but I think she's a better singer, and I think that Adrienne went on The Masked Singer to help boost her own confidence and her own singing ability because she is a very good singer. She has a beautiful voice, but she wasn't confident. And I think that gave her confidence. Yeah, that too. Yeah, I mean, Adrienne's okay as an actress, but, she's a better talk show host. So that she tries to stay in that lane these days. I agree, Jessica. She's a better singer, It was just unfortunate how Three Little Women, I like that little group. I liked that group back in the day, But a lot of people forget that Adrienne Bailon was in both that group and in the Cheetah groups. The Cheetah girls came after Three Little Women. You know, it came after that. But you can go look on YouTube and find Three Little Women's videos, and you'll see Adrienne Bailon up in that video with Natari, and I can't even remember the other little girl's name. I think it's Kelly. I think the other little girl's name was Kelly. Don't quote me on that, but I think her name was Kelly. You know, it was so long ago. And she's not doing nothing in the business anymore. It's probably why I don't remember her. But if I remember correctly, she's the one whose people were in the music business and pretty much were the ones that were running the show. But she was the least singing one out of all of them. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think it was Kelly. Yeah, I think it was Kelly. Yeah. Yeah. Spelled with the Y. Yep. I don't remember her last name, but yeah. Because I remember, because they were really popular. They were really popular. They were all up in the, all the little magazines, the little teen magazines, Right On, because that was still out then. And they were in all the hair magazines, all the black hair magazines, because even though, they were a group with two black girls and a Latina girl, they were considered a black group. Yep. She spelled it different. Exactly. But her name was Kelly. Exactly. She spelled it different. See, my old brain is still working, y'all. I was like, yeah. But I think at this particular point, Natari is doing the best. She's got her acting thing going on. She's been in like multiple, movies and stuff before she, got the gig on this. And she's doing those things without using her singing ability. But, I think she's trying to do some music now. Yeah, I remember. I was like, I knew the girl's name was Kelly. I said, I think it's Kelly. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Kelly. She spelled it some weird way with a Y at the end, but it wasn't the normal way. You know how people we be like giving our kids these names, and then it's a normal name, but we have to spell it different. Why do we do that to our children? Why do we do that to them? My son has a normal name. His name is from the Bible. If anybody asks me, I can tell them exactly where it's from the Bible. I'm like, you remember King David in the Bible? That's where his name came from. It is his father's name as well, but his father don't even use that name. Doesn't even use that name. Uses some other name. So he's the only one anybody calls David in the family. And I had two brothers. I only have one that's still living, but I had another brother, and that was his name too. What you say, Notorious? Oh yeah. I don't even watch Power, y'all. That's bad, huh? I don't watch Power. I think we had this conversation before. I don't watch Power because I'm not a 50 Cent fan. You know, and I don't have stars. I don't have cable. Actually, no, I take it back. I do have stars now because it's in my Amazon Prime. But I still am not watching Power. Because why am I going to sit there and go through 6, 7 seasons of that so I can catch up with everybody else? I don't have time for all that. I like that other one, Survivor's Remorse, the basketball one. I watched that one on Stars. But I've never watched Power. No, I take it back. I think I watched a half an episode. Yeah. So basically, I've never watched it. I know everybody says it's the bomb. Everybody says, you know, but since I've never watched it, I don't know what I'm missing. Okay? I don't know what I'm missing. But I probably watch something that y'all probably don't watch. I watch Supernatural. It's getting ready to go off. This is the last season. It's been on since the original Charmed was on. Since the original Charmed was on, it's been on. This thing's been on since the early 2000s. I think this is season 16 and they're done. See, never watched that. I watch Supernatural. I used to watch Charmed. I do watch the new Charmed, but I still haven't gotten into it like I was into the original Charmed. I used to watch Angel when that came on. And I used to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I liked all of that stuff. I watched First Blood too. I used to watch that too. Can y'all see a pattern? I like those kind of things. I like that kind of stuff. You know. And on Supernatural, the interesting thing about it is that some of that stuff, if you really are someone who is spiritual and really into understanding, you know, that there is a spirit realm and everything, you notice that some of the things that they have on there, it's like a twisted view of what the spirit realm would be, about how the angels, because basically on Supernatural, it's a world where the angels and the demons have run amok and God has left. He decided he don't want to do this no more and he's gone. What kind of lunacy is that? But that's basically the world of Supernatural, the show. But it's huge with, like the Comic-Con folks, they're all up in that one because they put it into the realm with all the other stuff. Oh yeah, the sister on Survivor's Remorse. Yeah, she's messed up. She's funny though. Yeah, his sister. She's a little touched. She's a little touched. But I'm going to get ready to get off here, even though I don't have to work in the morning. But guess who does have to work in the morning? My son. So you know what that means? I still have to get up. But I want to tell you guys, don't forget, if you haven't already gone and took a look at it, take a look at my new video that I did put up, the latest vlog. It is a Black History Month spotlight on the poet Phyllis Wheatley. Although many people may not know of her, she is very important to Black history in the United States. So let me see if I can bring my camera up. Hey guys. Ooh, my hair is all over the place. I've been messing with it. Anyway, see, I have on my African attire that I wore to church this morning. And how you guys doing? Anyway, I will see you guys on tomorrow. I will probably pop on sometime during the day since I don't have to work. And also, I'll see y'all probably tomorrow night too. But until then, everybody, I just wanted to say peace, 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 and blessings from the West Side. I will see you guys. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and being part of Not So Random Chat. See you guys. Bye.